Want to turn blunders into brilliancies? Join the training. Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. With a bold approach, Chmura employs the Queen's Gambit accepted old variation against Kraczek in this Dmpj Ekstraliga 2025 round 4 match. On d4. On d5. On c4. On takes c4. On e3 transposed into Queen's Gambit accepted old variation. On e5. Knight f3. Threatening. Knight takes e5. On takes d4 played by Kraczek. Queen takes d4. Queen takes d4. Knight takes d4. On a6. Bishop takes c4. Knight f6. King castled kingside. On b5. Threatening. On takes c4. Bishop e2 played by Chmura. Bishop b7. On a4. On b4. Knight d2. Knight bd7. Knight c4. Bishop c5. Knight b3. Bishop e7. Rook d1. Knight b6. On a5. Threatening. On takes b6. Knight takes c4 played by Kraczek. Bishop takes c4. King castled kingside. Bishop d2. Knight e4. Bishop e1. Rook fd8. On f3. Threatening. On takes e4. Knight f6 played by Kraczek. On e4. Knight e8. Rook ac1. Bishop g5. Rook takes d8. Rook takes d8. Rook c2. Bishop e7. King f2. On g6. Bishop e2. Think carefully what is the best move. Rook b8 is best move. Knight c5. Bishop c8. On e5. On b3. Rook c1 and take decisive advantage shifting to the main variation. Bishop c8 played by Kraczek. Knight c5. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move? On b3 is best move. Knight takes b3. Knight g7. Rook takes c7. Bishop d6. Rook c2 and seize the initiative. Let's go to the main variation. Bishop takes c5 check played by Kraczek. Rook takes c5. On b3. Bishop c4. Knight d6. Bishop takes b3. Knight b5. Bishop c4. Bishop d7. Rook d5. On c6. Threatening. On takes d5. Rook d1 played by Chmura. King f8. Bishop b4 check. King e8. King e3. On g5. Bishop c5. Bishop e6. Rook takes d8 check. King takes d8. Bishop takes e6. On takes e6. King d3. On e5. Bishop e3. Think carefully what is the best move. On g4 strongest choice here. On takes g4. Knight d6. Bishop d2 and take decisive advantage shifting to the main variation. On h6 played by Kraczek. On h4. On takes h4. Bishop takes h6. King d7. Bishop g5. On h3. Threatening. On h2. Bishop f6. On promotes to queen at h1. On takes h3 played by Chmura. Knight d4. On f4. Knight e6. King e3. Stop here and find the strongest move. King e8 strongest choice here. On h4. King f7. King f3. On takes f4. Bishop takes f4 and gain a significant edge. Let's go to the main game. On c5 played by Kraczek. On h4. On takes f4 check. Bishop takes f4. Knight g7. Bishop e5. Threatening. Bishop takes g7. King e6. On h5. King f7. Bishop c3. King g8. Knight e6 played by Kraczek. On h5. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move? King e7 strongest choice here. On h6. Knight f8. King d3. King f7. King c4 and establish a winning position. Let's go to the main line. Knight g5 played by Kraczek. King f4. Threatening. King takes g5. King e7. Bishop c3. King e6. On h6. King d6. Knight e6 check played by Kraczek. King f5. Stop here and find the strongest move. Knight d4 check. The engine likes this move. King f6. Knight c2. On h6. Knight e3. On h7 let's explore the main variation. King e7 blunder played by Kraczek. On h6. Threatening. On h7. Knight d4 check. Bishop takes d4. On takes d4. On promotes to queen at h8. King d7. Knight f8 played by Kraczek. Bishop g7. Threatening. Bishop takes f8 check. King takes f8. On e5. King e7. On h7. King d7. Take a moment to spot the best move. Knight e6 best according to analysis. Bishop f6 check. King d7. On h7. Knight c7. On promotes to queen at h8 shifting to the main game. Knight h7 blunder played by Kraczek. King g6 Chmura secured the win in style.